It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Faculty Development Program on Digital Forensics for Innovators Leveraging Open Source in Cyber Investigations. I take this opportunity to welcome our FTP speaker and all the participants for this session. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our session speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to welcome Mr. Shamneesh Sharma, a seasoned professional in the EdTech and Higher Education sector, currently serving as a senior manager at the upGrad Education Pvt Ltd, Bangalore. With 14 years of extensive experience, he has significantly contributed to the fields of Internet of Things, information security, and cloud computing. Mr. Sharma has an impressive research background, having published over 85 research manuscripts in the renowned journal International and National and conferences. He is also an active member of various professional and academic bodies and serves in the editorial boards of international journals in computer science and information technology. We are honored to have him with us today and look forward to his valuable insights. Let's extend a warm welcome to Mr. Shamneesh Sharma. Sir, we are honored to have you here today and we are eagerly look forward to learning from your wealth of knowledge and experience. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Divya ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Abhishek Thakur for inviting me over here for this particular session. And today's agenda is already clear. I would be speaking on the open source tools which are being used in digital forensics. So let me share my screen before moving ahead. Just a minute. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Visible.
So as already discussed, my topic is on open source tools for digital forensics and a hands-on practice. So I'm Shamneesh from upGrad team. Let me give you the content that we are going to discuss today. So I have divided whole content into 6 parts, where we will start with introduction to digital forensics. A few parts will be covered because you already had a discussion over it in the subsequent sessions. Then we will talk about the open source tools which are being used in this particular segment. Basically, we will talk about the tools which are basically used by various cyber forensic experts, plus how those tools help them to produce proofs which are admissible in the uh, Indian courts. Then we will start some hands-on practices over the popular tools. So within this time frame, I would be able to cover 2 or 3 tools which are being used by these experts. Then we will talk about some advanced techniques and tools again for cyber forensics. Then we will talk about some of the case studies and the applications. And like today, we would be leaving at 8 o'clock, and then I'll set a learning and development path for you guys from where you can start learning, who are very new to this particular field, uh, how to get those sandboxes, how to get those practice boxes, with the help of which you can learn how you can basically create step by step files that can be admitted by the Indian Penal Code. So let's start with the introduction to digital forensics. So anyone who can tell me like what exactly digital forensic is? Yes.
Sir, it involves all the data in digital form for the courtroom purposes. It may be pen drive, it may be mobile, it may be laptop, it may be email, or anything which is available in the digital form.
Right. So as rightly said, like digital forensic deals with the digital devices, and their digital devices can be my laptop, can be your laptop, can be any mobile device or any tablet or any desktop, where we can say that any cyber crime happens, and we will start looking at the wider edge, from where we will try to fetch the details, like how that cyber crime has been happened, and how it has started, and who has done it. So basically these three things we will take into consideration. So let's take an example, or take an case study, where there is a crime scene, and we have got a laptop. So what exactly the cyber team would do once they will get that particular digital device into their custody? What would be the first step? Yes, anyone? Yes.
Take consent and warrants,
Yes, they will take consent and warrants. Then
then seize the laptop and
okay,
perform disk
then they
imaging
will seize the laptop. So like how I will prove that whatever has been done on this laptop, no tampering has been done with the proofs.
by maintaining chain of custody.
So we will maintain the chain of custody, and over there is a very important concept, what we call that disk imaging. Are we aware about it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what we will do, we will get, let it be, sometime it happens when we will get a hard drive, or we will get a pen drive. So what we will do, we will create an image, ISO image, basically what we call that. That image will help us to create an environment, like wherever or whatever the works were done on a particular digital device. So after creating that ISO image or the disk image, we will start working on the same, so that once that proof is being submitted to court, it can be proved, like no tampering has been done on that particular data. And by using that chain of proofs, we can prove, like this has done in step by step manner. So what is digital forensic? So like definition is already clear. Like digital forensic is the science of identifying, collecting, analyzing, and preserving data or digital evidence from electronic devices for investigative purposes. That's it. So whenever we need to investigate anything which is related to digital devices, that would come under the category of digital forensics. So what is the importance in modern investigation of digital forensics? So in modern investigations, digital forensic play a crucial role in uncovering digital traces of any criminal activity, ensuring the integrity of digital evidence, and supporting legal proceedings. So this is very much important point over here. Like we will have to maintain that chain of command, with the help of which we can create a sportive legal proceeding that has to be submitted. So what are the legal considerations into it? So legal consideration in digital forensic involve ensuring compliance with law. Now you have taken all the steps which support legal proceeding. Now you will have to prepare a case, with the help of which you can win. Like if it is basically um, this investigation is done for some particular person or some criminal, in that case we need to uh, uh, like uh, basically parallelize those proofs or legal proceedings with all the IPC sections. So as we know, like for in India, these procedures or these legal procedures are not that much good, but still there are few laws, like we can say that information security law, or data privacy laws, or whatever the laws which are available in the field of legal proceedings for digital forensics, uh, we will have to basically make an equivalent statement that can comply with the legal proceeding, so that we can admit, court can admit it as a legal proof. Coming to the historical perspective, so evolution of digital forensics started with the progress from simple data recovery techniques. So I know the days when hard drive used to corrupt in abrupt ways, and we used to start recovering our data by using various tools which were available in the market. So this has started with this. So simple data recovery techniques to sophisticated method of analyzing complex digital environment to combat cybercrime. So it has started with simple data recovery, and now it has reached at a place where we are analyzing those complex data sets which are there uh, in the digital devices in the form of proofs, mm, or to combat with cybercrime laws. So what are the key milestones which we have covered? Key milestones are in terms of like establishment of forensic tools. So earlier, when we started, there was a lack of resources. We do not have those tools into our hands with the help of which we can move with cyber proceedings. But then the development of those tools has been started. I'll give you a proper information of a website that has been developed by government of India for this particular set of knowledge. Then professional certifications were not there, because if I'm not basically equipped, or I'm not knowledgeable into this particular domain, I would not be able to uh, comply with the proceedings. So there was a lack of professional uh, persons over there in this particular field. And once we have started creating those professional softwares, now what was the next step? I need to create those proofs in terms of the laws which are applicable, and it can address the digital crimes. So these are the key milestones which we have covered till now. So we have started with simple development of simple tools, and now we are creating cyber forensic tools whose proofs can be admissible by court. So this is where we are today. So fundamental concept. So what we start with, like there would be data acquisition, then we will analyze that data, and then reporting and documentation. So there is a website, very good website. I'll give you the reference of that website, where it will give you a cyber crime scene, and based upon your analysis, it will ask you to perform some steps on a particular sandbox, or the practice box, and then what you have got out of that, you know out of that practice, or out of that analysis, you have to make a report. So they have given a separate you know box, a text box, where you will have to report. And at the end, when you will finish that particular task, it will give you a proper documentation of that reporting of that incident, like how you have handled that crime scene. So these are the basically fundamental concepts from where we have started with the um, data acquisition, then analysis, and then reporting and documentation. So what are the open source tools? So anyone and who can give me the example of two or three tools you have already learned in previous sessions?
There are many, sir.
So
Volatility,
any one example, please.
volatility, autopsy, test disk, sleuthkit.
Okay, so any specific use case you have done till now?
Uh, Volatility can be used for memory forensics.
Right.
Uh,
So basically,
test disk can be used for recovery of data
right.
and for
So
file system.
okay. So in which category it comes? Like there are various categories, right? So in which category it comes?
Uh, Mainly for recovery of data, for recovery of lost partitions, we have used it.
Okay, so let me come to that point also. So let me give you the overview of these open source tools. Why do we need these open source tools? Basically, these are cost effective, right? So we need not to pay for that. So basically what happens when companies had started creating these tools, they have started charging for it. So like if any company would be there, obviously if they will create any product, they will charge for it. So simultaneously what happens, the open source community came into picture and they have started creating these open source tools. So we will take examples of these open source tools in subsequent slides. So these are basically free to use, which significantly lowers the cost for individuals and organizations compared to the proprietary software which are being produced by various companies. Then flexibility and customization. So most of the tools which are being used by government are customized software. So there are various government agencies who are creating it. CDAC is one of the examples who are creating these softwares for government, and they have used various open source platforms or various open source techniques which are available over the internet, and based upon those techniques they have customized those tools in a way that it can be useful for the community of cyber forensic experts and the cyber forensic professionals who are doing it for professionally. So these tools often allow users to modify source code to suit specific needs. As we already discussed, to make those proof admissible in court, we need some modifications into that according to the laws of the country. So there can be different laws. Like for India, it can be different. For China, it can be different, or in Pakistan, it can be different. So basically, we need to modify according to our needs and the laws which are available for digital crimes or cyber crimes. So these tools offers unparalleled flexibility and customization options whenever we are talking about open source tools. But this option is not available when we are talking about any proprietary software or any software which are being developed by various companies for commercial use. There is a community support which is available for open source, which benefit from large active communities that provide support, share knowledge, and contribute to continuous improvement. So if you stuck somewhere, there are so many communities which are there. You can put your question over there, and for sure within next 2 or 3 days you will get answers to your queries. So for open source we have that community. But if we are talking about proprietary software, in that case there would be some option of help and support, but in most of the cases these are paid. So if you need any customization, you need any support from them, they will basically charge for it. So now we are categorizing tool over here in this particular slide. So the tools where we were talking about, like earlier talking about, so that those comes under disk imaging forensics. Then comes network forensics, and then data forensics. So you must have seen in the movies once, like in most of the serials, what we see, like we got a mobile phone, then we will get its call details, and from those call details we will try to fetch out the location, and from those location we are going to find out the criminals. So this is the normal mechanism which is being used by Indian cinema or this particular industry. And particularly this was the case earlier when our police professionals used to do such kind of practices. But now there are various cells which are already there for digital crimes or cyber crimes, and they are using various tools. So they have segmented these tools into these three categories. So first is disk imaging, other one is network forensics, so and then data forensics. So whenever we are talking about like any data which is available over the disk, you want to analyze that, you want to analyze any like, so sometime it happens like data forensics and network forensics, it may overlap in some of the cases, but like based upon the needs you can categorize it in terms of network or data forensic, what exactly you are doing with uh, that particular set of digital uh, evidence. So coming to like what are the key challenges? Sometimes there are compatibility issues, so you need that customization, and for that customization you need the expertise, you need those coders who have knowledge of both the things, like how technically that code can be done, well, can be basically um, developed as a software, plus how it can be mapped to the legal procedures and legal system which is available in that particular company. So that is why there can be some compatibility issues with these softwares, and lots of customization is needed. So in a way you can say that it is one of the advantages of open source softwares, but still like uh, there are some compatibility issues which need to be resolved. Then learning curve. So there are so many open source tools available, but they require higher level of technical expertise, making them less accessible to beginners or those with limited tech skills. So I told you like uh, we need to develop a learning and development path before moving to this particular direction, and we should have something in our hand from where we can learn. So now this thing has been taken care, and there are so many platforms which have been there to help the learners or the beginners in this particular area. Coming to hands-on practice with popular tools, so let's uh, like discuss these tools. How many tools we have used till now, like out of this list, anyone have we done or have we used these tools?
Sir, I've used all
Okay.
except OS forensics.
Okay. So basically, DD is the oldest one, which we used to, you know, use in Linux-based, tool, which is a command line tool for low-level disk copying and imaging. So as I told you, like why this imaging is important, because we need to submit it to court and make it admissible. Then uh, there was DCFL-DD, so an enhanced version of DD with additional forensic features such as hashing and logging. Now, why this hashing is needed? Yes, anyone?
For validity, sir. Integrity
Yes.
and validity.
So like once we will create that image, ISO image of a particular system, we need to show to the code like there is no tampering has been done, and that thing can be done with the help of hashing. So this was not available in earlier versions. Then they have started doing hashing and advanced logging mechanisms in DD software. Then Guy Major, it is a GUI based Linux forensic imager with hashing and error logging. Then EWF tools to create and mount E01 format forensic images. We will talk about FTK images. So this is the most common imaging tool which is being used these days. So it is a GUI based forensic tool from SS Data. SS Data is the company who has created it, that supports disk imaging, live RAM capturing, and hashing. Then OS forensics. There is a tool which is used for like disk imaging capabilities along with search and indexing. So why do we need that indexing? So whatever the data would be there, which is captured, it will give you the index of that particular data, and based upon those index, you can go to a particular segment and check that particular data whether uh, it is being used or not. So if we want to see uh, like how this tool looks like, so this is the SS data FTK imager. So basically the version is 3.1 3.1.0.2. So how you can use it? So right now I don't have any device with me. What you can do, like this is what you will do, like you can take a physical or logical drive, any pen drive, hard drive, and it can be connected to the system, and then it will be added as evidence item. So it will ask like what kind of evidence it is. So either it is a physical drive, either it is a logical drive, either it is an image file. So again, that ISO file, if it you have that ISO file, you can click here and you can fetch that image file and then start creating or creating those evidences uh, for this disk imaging and all. Then coming to like if you have a folder, so you have got a folder or you have got some data that can be accessed through this option. So you will start click on next and then it will ask for that. But like I do not have that drive or anything over here with me in this laptop. Otherwise you can start using it. You will browse it from your laptop or desktop, and then you will start using its forensics. So once you can also create a disk image. So like you will just create uh, a disk image based upon like from physical drive, logical device, any image file content, or any other device which is like CD or DVD. So that can also be done by using this tool. So this is the most you know most common tool which is being used by the digital forensic expert these days. Coming back to the slide. So what are the features? So live RAM capturing, forensic images. You can create file hashing. So once you will create that image, you can create that hash code by using MD5 SHA or SHA 256 hashes to ensure the data integrity. Like no tampering has been done over that particular data. So you can and then based upon that hashing or this particular mechanism, you can basically submit that proof to the court. So then mounting and previewing the images. So what you can do, you can mount those ISO images, and it allows user to mount forensic images and browse their content before full analysis. So this can be one of the features. Then logical and physical imaging. So it support both, like either you are having a pen drive or you are having any data which is over the cloud, or you have taken it from the desktop, and from that desktop you have created that image. So it basically support both the material, both type of images in terms of physical or logical imaging. So optical media, USB drives, hard drives, storage devices, it will use all if you see. So I think this has been discussed in previous session. So autopsy, why do we use autopsy? Anyone? Yes.
So it
So
is a
basic.
system.
Mhm.
We can analyze the system as a whole from all new dimensions, from analyzing emails, what type of data in we can extract a lot of data from autopsy.
Yes. So
As a system, from the system we can extract emails,
right.
contact lists, any communications, any type of file we can extract.
Right, right. So autopsy is the advanced software which is being used by cyber forensic experts, and basically it can function within creating new case, adding data sources, and navigating the interface. So you can, if we are talking about any interface, it can be like any email interface, it can be any web server and anything. So you can use autopsy software to like use for digital forensic techniques, or basically creating those evidences from servers, local machines, interfaces, all. So you need to have an installation guide. So it is already available over the internet. You can go to its website directly, and from there you can get the installation guide, and there are step-by-step instructions how to install it on your system and how to use it. So basically, this is the beauty of these open source softwares, which will help you to basically use them in a frequent way. So like file recovery is one of the examples which is used which is being used by various user on this particular software. So Slate Kit, anyone have heard about it? So this is one of the tools which uh, is used for system analysis, timeline constructions, and volume system management. So these are the core features of this particular software. So this is a command line tool. So explanation of basic commands and their application for analyzing forensic data using this particular kit. A command line interface is there. You can use those commands, and there is a support system which will help you to know like what are the various commands, and how those commands can be used to perform various steps. And the most important feature of it can be directly integrate with autopsy. So the, there is a proper guidance like how this particular tool can be used with autopsy software. So network forensic tools, coming to the second category. So whenever we are talking about network forensic tools, these are of five types. So particularly, this community has basically categorized them into five parts. So first is packet capturing and traffic analysis tool. So any tool you guys have used? Yes,
Wireshark, sir.
Wireshark and Map, I think.
Map
So yes.
and map, sir.
Yes. So
TCP dump.
basically, I'll give you the whole list of these tools. Yes. So I'll provide you the whole list, like which kind of software comes under which particular category. So first category is packet capturing and traffic analysis tools. Then intrusion detection and threats analysis tools, log and event analysis tools. Coming to the next one, which is deep packet inspection and malware analysis tools. Then digital evidence collection and network forensic platforms. So basically, network forensic involves in monitoring, capturing, and analyzing network traffic to detect anomalies, investigate cyber crimes, and ensure cybersecurity. So basically, these five categories. There are numerous number of software. I might not have used all, or maybe categorized all, but I have tried to include maximum and the common ones. So coming to the first category, that was packet capture and traffic analysis tool. So Wireshark is the one which is most popular. So once you will install it on your system, you can check like how many nodes are attached, what kind of protocols they are like using, HTTP, TCP, UDP, FTP, like what exactly they are doing. Like these protocols will tell you like what kind of activity is being performed by which node. So basically it will give you the analysis at real time of the network packets which are floating over the over a particular network. Then TCP dump is another tool. It is a command line tool for capturing network traffic on Unix or Linux systems, often used for real-time packet sniffing. T-Shock, so this the command line version of Wireshark, allowing network traffic analysis via CLI. So this is just the command line version of Wireshark software. Network Miner is the one. Network forensic analysis tool is that extracts files, images, and metadata from piece, piece, PCAP files, sports passive network sniffing. Smart Snip is another software. Then CAPTCHA Network Analyzer is the another tool. So basically, all these tools are basically for network sniffing. So if you want to check like on a particular network who are available, like what kind of files they are transferring to each other, so that can be used. Now the question is like, why do I want to know like what kind of files are being shared over the network? So see, take an example of any crime scene where you have got a mobile phone which is connected to a network. So let it be you got the WhatsApp messages and the type of files which are being shared. So like sometime it happens like by masking a particular link, um, somebody has send a link to a WhatsApp, and then like from that particular link, the cyber criminal have got all the information. So, or vice versa, like the professional has done the same and get try to get the information about cyber criminals. So basically, these tools are being used as network sniffers. Coming to the next tool, that is intrusion detection and threat analysis tools. What is intrusion detection? Anyone? Yes.
So trying to enter into someone's network,
Yes. So getting unauthorized
unauthorized
access
access. Yes.
over a network where you are like you are not allowed. So let me take an example. You are sitting in the Chikara University campus, and there is a separate like local network over there, with the help of which they are managing their own data set or data inside the premises. Now, what happens? Like some intruder came in. Like let it be. It's a guest. It came to the university, take the access of the network, and start doing sniffing of that particular network, and then start trying to uh, gain access over the various nodes which are connected to that particular network. So this is what we call intrusion. So this intrusion detection system is are the tools which will help you to find out anomalies in that particular network. So let it be there are six authorized users in the networks which are doing a particular activity. Uh, Now these system will try to find out the anomalies in that particular network, and based upon that anomaly, it will find out that intruder into the network. So these are the tools. S-Not is the most common one, and it analyzes the network traffic and detect the potential threats by using anomalies in that particular network. Then Sirikata is the one which is a high performance IDS or IPS. So intrusion detection system is the one which detects the intrusion or intruders. But there is another system, what we call that intrusion prevention system. So it is a high-end system which would take the next step. So what happens if I'll find the intruders in my network? What would be the next step? So IPS is the system, the advanced one, which would take the next step. Let it be like it has detected an intruder uh, who was copying files from the server. So what should be my next step? So until or unless I do not have any option, and I have a very sensitive information on my server, what I can do, I can switch it off for some time until or unless I have not installed any security mechanism over that particular server. So IPS is the one which will automatically perform that particular step on that server, where it will either it will like detach that intruder from the network, or if it will not be able to do so, then at least it can switch off your server. This is one of the examples. I'm not taking it as like as a technical process. It can be different in terms of uses, but it can be taken as a use case. So Progeek is another software that is a network security monitoring tool that analyzing the traffic logs, detecting anomalies and cyber threats. So Security Onion is the one Linux distribution with built-in IDS, network traffic analysis and security monitoring tool. It include Snort, Geek and Srikata. Argus is the next one. So it is the network auditing tool. So again, it will check out all the logs and check the anomalies in the system. So these are the tools which are used by cyber forensic experts. Log events and analysis tools. So this Splunk is the one, the commercial tool for log analysis and security information and event management. So this is the commercial tool basically, and there are a few tools like ELTK stack, uh, the powerful open source log analysis tool for indexing and analyzing network logs. So what it will do, it will index all the logs, and based upon those indexing you can find out like which user have done what. So Greylog is again another software which will help you to manage the logs on a particular network on real-time basis. Then Siemens, what we call that system monitoring. So Windows tools that logs network connections and system events for forensic analysis. Then deep packet inspection and malware analysis tools. So again, I told you like somewhere you will find the uh, you know uh, overlap in these tools. So Splunk is the tool where again it is a commercial tool, and these tools are over here for deep packet inspection and malware analysis. So coming to next, digital evidence collection and network forensics. So Nmap, we have used a powerful network scanning tool for mapping and detecting host services and vulnerabilities. So at cap is the another tool which is being used, and it is used to detect MIMT, so man in middle attack, if you are aware about it. So PCAP X-ray is the one which would help you to you know capture PCAP files over a network traffic and useful for forensic analysis. So network flow analyzer is the another tool which is used to monitor and analyze network flow data and to detect security incidents in network traffics. So Biac shock, we have already talked about it. So where we use it, like we will capture the network traffic, we will analyze it and identify the malicious activities over the network. So this is one of the another technique which is being used. So exchangeable image file format. So if we want to use this particular software, so let's see, we have got an image, and we want to get its metadata. So let me. So this is one of the online tool which is available. So you need not to do much into it. You just choose a file. Just a minute. So let me take some file, image file. Let it be. Okay, I'll take this one. I'll say upload it, and then we will say the metadata of this particular image. So you can see like on which version it is been done. So 12.76 it is been done. So what is the file type? So directory is not available. What is the file size? What is the modification date, file access date and time? So basically you can admit it in the code like on which date this particular file is being modified. Then in code change date and time, file permissions, what are the file permissions which you are having, file type, file type extension, MIME type, all these data you can get. So even in some of the cases, if it is a a geotagged photo, or like a photo which is taken from any camera or somewhere, and it can find out the location of where this particular image has been captured. So you can like use that particular data, add it in code, and tell the jury like how this data is being presented, or how this data or this particular file is being handled. So it will give you all the information about that particular file. So you can say like it will give you proper uh, metadata on your system. So image majestic identifying output is this one. So you can see all these information over here about this particular image. So you can use this tool as XIF. So basically, exchangeable image file format forensic tools are used to extract metadata from images, which includes information such as camera details, GPS coordinate, timestamps, and software used for editing. So even this particular data can be provided. So what are the key features? It can identify the image source. It can detect the manipulated images. So it will tell you like whether this image is being manipulated or tempered or not. Locating images, so like geotagging can be done by using this particular software, verifying timestamps, then extracting hidden data. So if like any data is being uh, hide out by somebody in a particular image, that thing can also be done by using these particular techniques. So there are various tools which are using these techniques, XIF techniques into them, and even government has used it for their own benefit. So advanced techniques and tools. So Gravify IP logger, if you have heard about. Is there anyone who has heard about it? Why do we use it? Yes. So Gravify IP logger is the tool which is used to create a IP logger kind of thing. So IP logger is something like you will create a link, you will send it to someone. Once that person would click on it, you will get each and every information of that particular person. So basically, this particular technique is being used by the cyber forensic expert in case they got to know. Like, let me again take an example. Like, they have got a mobile phone where last communication was done on WhatsApp, and then that uh, number, you are not able to get the location of that particular person who is using that number. So what you will do, you will create a IP logger, and IP logger will create a link. Like, so you will take a link of, let it be a video, a popular song. You will put it on Gravify IP logger, and it will like mask it in a such a way like he or she will not be able to know like of what particular you know uh, link is this link is being used for. So you will click on it, and then once you will click, it will take you to the original website, but till then every information of yours would be shared with the sender of that particular link. So this is one of the uses of this Gravify IP logger. So what it can do, it can reveal the approximate location by using IP address. So we will use you know find use this particular tool to get the IP address, and that IP address can be given to government agencies, and that government agencies will, or basically that telephonic agencies would be able to trace the location of that particular person. So geolocation, country, city, and sometime ISP details also. So device information, what type of operating system it is using, what browser it is using, and what is the version of operating system, and the browser of that particular uh, version of the browser which is being used. So timestamp, like exact time of access of that particular device, it will give you that information also. So it will give you referred data, so previous website before clicking the link. So URL shortening, it will give you um, the feature of where you can shorten the URL. Link distribution, so the then like what you will do, first you will do that IP shortening or IP masking, or URL masking, what we call that. Then that link has to be distributed with the person whose information you want. Then you will start tracking the visitors. When the user clicks on the link, Revify records their IP, geolocation, uh, device type, and browser information, and redirect to original URL. So this is the link. So you can register on it and start using it. So let me take an example without registering. So let it me. I'll go to YouTube. I'll take any video. Let it be just a minute. I'll say this. I'll use this one. I'll say create URL. I'll say agree. So see, I'll get, this is the original link. This is the Gravify one. I'll I can use it to giving various extensions. Just a minute. I'll make it JPG. I'll say it is an image. I'll say path has to be different. I'll say um, I'll say parameter ID has to be different. So I'll say it has to be location, and I'll say like I'll make it like this. I'll mask it. I'll I'll share it with someone, and once they will basically click on that particular link, you will get the IP. So if I'll say, so once I'll log in on this particular page, it will start sharing the information with me. So let me come to the next tool. This is Bolality framework. So it is basically used for memory forensic basics, and key plugin and uses are the main features. So this particular framework assists in extracting specific information from memory dumps. They are crucial for tasks such as revealing hidden processes and analyzing malware behavior. So there is another tool, what we call that bulk extractor. So bulk extractor is a digital forensic tool used to scan disk images and other data sources. It identifies and extracts useful information such as URL and credit card numbers. So it can also extract email addresses from a particular portal. So again, there is another software, what we call that OS forensics. So this is the most commonly used software which is used by digital forensic experts. So it is a comprehensive tool set for digital investigations. Its features include file indexing, hash match, matching, email analysis, making it versatile for various forensic tasks. So it can recover the deleted files. It can also analyze the user activities over the over a particular operating system which is installed on that particular tool, or digital tool which is used in cybercrime. So let's come to case studies and its application. So analysis process, and there is a tool use. So whenever we are talking about real-time cyber crime cases, first thing that start with the analysis, and then for that analysis what kind of tools we have used. So we have detailed tools with us which are used for this particular um, thing. Then corporate investigations are another things where we will try to find out internal threats, data breaches and investigations. Then we will map the legal implications. So evidence admissibility is one of the part of processes. And then chain of custody. So chain of custody ensure the integrity of digital evidence from collection to presentation in court, documenting every person who handled the evidence to prevent tampering. So let me define you that learning path, like how you can start your learning. So first, training of the resources. So you there are so many online courses which are available. So these two whose links are already there, you can use it. So this one is the course I have used for my learning. And you can say, let me show you one another. So this is the website which is quoted by government of India, and it is maintained by CDEC. And now you can see at the right hand side, like there are various tools which are being developed by this particular organization. So once you will click, let it be like I want to talk about this. You can check the browser. Like you sometime you might not be able to use this particular software, but if you see like what exactly they have done and how they have modified this particular tool uh, on a Bangalore technique. So you can see these PDFs. So like these are the tools which are basically used by government of India. So True Imager is the tool. You can see like what are the features, like what exactly it is used for, like what are the like. And this is something, uh, some device that they take with them while going to cyber crime scenes. So you can see like in some time you have also seen it. So this is the tool which is being used by them. So you can go to this particular website and you can explore all the tools which are like being used by government of India for various cyber crime analysis or digital forensic analysis. You can see this. So it will give you each and every information about that tool, like from which a particular algorithm they have developed it, what kind of phone it will support, like basic phones, smartphones, then PDAs, GPS device, memory card, all those things will be like basically supported by this particular software, or the hardware they have built for this particular kind of activity. So you can start exploring it from here. And there is one another website which you can use, try hack me. So there are various courses. What it will do, it will help you to create your own sandboxes. So you can start reading out and learning from the text they have given, and then they will ask you to answer on particular things. So you will submit it and they will tell you like whether you will right or wrong. So again, you will click over here, they will tell you um, like how you can do a particular uh, kind of thing, or kind of or perform kind of uh, practical on digital forensic domain. So your first hack, so they will tell you like what is your domain, you can start the machine. So it will provide you that practical box or sandbox, and it will ask you to add these answers over here. And at the end of the you know uh, end of this particular practical, they will give you a documented proof like what how you have done it, and is it been admissible by the court or not. So it will give you the whole documentation of your uh, of the practical which you have performed so far. So that's it from my end. Other than this, like you can uh, be the part of various communities and do the collaborations on online forums. You can use open source projects. Then there are conferences and workshops you can attend. Then what are the future trends in digital forensics? So once we will start using AI into it. So like we have talked about intrusion detection and prevention system. So they will start using like AI and machine learning. So there are so many software who have started using it, and they are finding anomalies by using AI and machine learning techniques. Then cloud forensics is the one area which is most evolving, because most of the uh, IT physical infrastructure is moving to cloud these days. Then again, whenever we are talking about smart homes, smart cities, smart hospital, all these things you can see like these are coming into pictures these days. And then futures lies over there when you know those crimes would be attempted on these particular environments, and then you will have to create uh, the processes which would be admissible in the code for these kind of environments. Thank you so much. Any queries, please?
On the behalf of Faculty Development Program on Digital Forensics for Innovators Leveraging Open Source in Cyber Investigations Organizing Committee, I thank the respected FTP speaker, Mr. Shamneesh Sharma, for their valuable talk and hands on the session. With the permission of FTP speaker, I am concluding the session. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So